you are required to keep your face coverings all the way on over your nose, mouth, and chin for the whole entire safari. Also, please remain fully seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. Little ones are more than welcome to sit on a lap to see better. They just must remain fully seated on their one lap for the whole safari, so please do not pass children around, stand them on laps, or anything like that. Everyone must stay fully seated in one place for the whole entire safari. We're going to be starting our journey off in the Little Italy Forest, where usually animals are very good at camouflage. Animals over here tend to use their natural forms of camouflage to blend in with vegetation. It usually helps them survive out there in the wild. So sometimes animals like to hide on us over here. Let's see what we can find. Be careful, on the right side, kind of far across from us in that corner, there's a dark animal that has zebra stripes looking legs. That is the okapi. The okapi would kind of look like it could be related to the zebra by the way its legs are striped, but it is actually related to the giraffe. It has a very similar face shape and long tongue to reach into trees for their snacks. On the left side, a black and white bird, that is the saddle-billed stork, a couple of them there. They get their name from that yellow saddle-shaped marking on their beaks, can stand at about 5 feet tall. You can tell the male from the female by their eye colors. Males have brown eyes, females have yellow eyes. We are heading down towards the watering hole, usually a good place to find animals nearby. Keep going a little bit farther, a little bit quiet right here in this immediate spot, but I think I see something coming up a little bit on the right side. See on top of this hill, a very pretty tan animal. That is the greater kudu. It is a female greater kudu since she does not have horns. She'll stand at about 55 inches tall and can jump about 6 feet high. There's a couple of them up there, and some orange animals with horns also on the right up here. They are bongos. The bongo is considered the ghosts of the forest. They're usually really hard to find, so I'm glad we found them today. Both male and female bongos have those heavy-duty horns on their heads. They help them not to get tangled while going through the underbrush. Now, it looks like that was everything that lives in the forest for now, so we're just going to keep on moving, get into the next area of the reserve. We are heading into the Safi River, where usually we can find animals either in or around the water. So let's see what's over here today. Beautiful view of a Nile hippo out of the water right now. Always love to see that. I tend to find them in the water a little bit more, at least during daytime, since they are nocturnal, much more active at nighttime. But these guys are going to be usually found in the water during the day at least, since they can hold their breath up to 8 minutes at a time underwater. They're born at about 85 pounds and they can get up to about 5,500 pounds. Now we're going to be coming up to a lot of the white birds with the webbed feet, mostly swimming around, it looks like on our left end, so up ahead on the island. They are all pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the pink color that comes up on their backs during mating season. And their wingspans can get up to about 7 to 9 feet wide, which is just about the width of the canopy above your heads on the truck. And now on the left, you're going to see some Nile crocodiles. These guys can get up to about 16 feet long. They can weigh about 400 pounds. In a single meal, they can eat up to half their body weight if they choose. But take a seat back there, guys. Remember, you gotta stay seated at all times, even if it gets hard to see. Make sure your children are sitting back there. Sit in back there.
Go Gators!
Area of the reserve we're going to be heading into will be the Savannah. As we're heading into the Savannah, we're going to be passing by a really big tree on our right, commonly found in the Savannah. This is the baobab tree. It's also called the upside down tree because the top kind of looks like roots, and it'll be leafless like that up to 9 months out of the year. Now, as we are heading into the Savannah, we usually can find lots of different animals. We might be able to find giraffes. Actually, I think I see one already. could find maybe zebras or elephants. Lots of cool animals live out here. But I cannot promise we're going to find all these animals today. They have very natural migration patterns, eating habits, sleeping habits, but we're going to do our best to find as many animals as possible. Keep cameras out and ready at all times just in case. I cannot stop for every animal out here, and they're not going to stop for me either. We are first going to see on the right side this animal that has really, really big horns. That is the Ankole cattle. A couple up ahead as well. Their horns are going to look super heavy on their heads since they're so big, of course, but they're actually very light. They have more of a honeycomb-like structure on the inside, so they're almost hollow. Their horns from tip to tip are about 5 to 6 feet. Right behind these two Ankole cattle, seeing that first pretty close view of a giraffe. Very jagged spots on its coat. That's going to show us that that is a Maasai giraffe. So they're all Maasai giraffes out here. Getting a snack right now, that guy. And I'm surprised, actually. The giraffes will actually eat about 20 hours a day. And then they're only sleeping about 30 minutes a day. We'll get more views of giraffes as we're getting farther, and I see zebras up ahead. We're just moving to get another view, though, on the left. My favorites, the African wild dogs. They are also called the painted dogs because it looks like on their coats they've been finger painted. Trying to get a better view here. And they each have their own unique coats, how they tell each other apart. They also have very long legs. They can run for a while like that and not get tired too quickly. So to catch their prey, they're going to take turns chasing after their prey. Their prey will drop from exhaustion. Then the dogs will catch them. They won't be nearly as tired from running. They are super cute. As we're getting up here to see some of the zebras, it's actually going to see them after some of these guys. The dark brown animals on the left, they are sable antelopes. The sable antelope is the symbol for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Their horns point backwards. That intimidates potential predators to not want to jump on their backs, so it keeps them safe. Oh, now look how cute. Little baby zebra on the left, sleeping. Super sleepy little guy. He's super cute, too. That is Mom standing right here next to us on the left. These are Hartman's mountain zebras. We know because they have very thick stripes on their hind quarter, no stripes on their bellies, and very small hooves to help them climb on mountains easily. That little guy is super sleepy. Mom is just protecting him, making sure he is all safe while he's taking a nap. That is a group of zebras, so that is called a dazzle. Hey, dazzle. On the left, we're going to see these white bearded wildebeests, all these gray animals. They learn how to run within about 15 minutes of being born. About 1.5 million of them will migrate each year. One of my favorite things about those guys is that they tend to sleep in rows. It's going to give them enough room around them to get up and run to protect themselves if they need to. So they're really smart. On the left, a couple of those giraffes again. There's even more up ahead, so lots of different views of these giraffes right now. Still eating. Again, eating about 20 hours a day, sleeping only 30 minutes a day. But they're usually always standing, even when they sleep. They typically do not like to sit down because if they were in the wild and they sat down, then had to get up quickly to run away from a predator. They wouldn't be able to get up quick enough. They have really long legs. It takes them too long to stand up. They choose not to sit down, but they will sit down more often in a reserve like this because they kind of know they're safe here. There's another giraffe on the hill on the left. That one's actually a baby. We're going to try to get around for a slightly better view of baby giraffe. We'll still see on the right side some of those Ankole cattle that we've already seen, just more views. This giraffe on the right as well, and some more of the white bearded wildebeest. So lots of different views of the same kind of things that we've been seeing, but it's always nice to see them from different angles, different views. Lots of activity from these guys right now. Still seeing those two giraffes on the left that we just saw, and then we're trying to get a little bit closer view of baby giraffe. But actually, there's two baby giraffes. This one on the left on top of the hill, and one slightly closer right here on the left. And this one's actually kind of facing us a little bit more and getting a snack. So doing a little bit more. So both of the babies over here right now. Now these babies, they are born at about 6 feet tall already. Then they can get up to about 20 feet tall. So they are the tallest animals in the world. So that means that a group of giraffes is called a tower. A tower does make sense. They are very tall. Now let's keep going. Really good views. Good to see baby giraffes. Got to see baby zebra. Love that little guy. He is super cute, super new to the reserve. So we always love to see him out here. On the right side, little guys, super little antelopes. These are springboks. They're actually full grown at that size at about 3 feet tall. They get their name because when they're showing emotion, they will spring or leap about 6 feet high repeatedly. And they can spring forward about 13 feet forward. They are very good jumpers, but also very good runners, those springboks. They can run about 50 to 60 miles an hour. So since they are so well known for speed and agility, they are very commonly used as the mascot for sports teams in South Africa. Now, as we are moving along here, usually the further we get up ahead, we are getting into elephant country. So we're going to be on the lookout for African elephants, but it's been a really warm. His ears, they're going to do that to get cool air to all the blood vessels on the back of their ears, help circulate a cooler body temperature. Also, lots of dust on that elephant's back. That's because they use their trunks to throw dirt, mud, sand, even hay on their heads and backs. It works as a natural form of sunscreen to protect that sensitive skin in the hot sun. Now, I know it's a little bit hard to see that guy, so hopefully we can get some better views up ahead. We're going to get deeper into elephant country, and they are very social animals. So let's keep going here. This is about the halfway point of our safari, which means we have seen lots of cool animals, but we still have plenty to find. There's a lot of easy ways we can help out animals like the ones that we've been seeing to keep their environment safe for them. Something I like to do is use reusable products, like reusable water bottles, drinking straws, and I actually have reusable Ziploc baggies for snacks and sandwiches. I like to use these items to help reduce my use of plastic and paper. It helps keep the environments of these animals very safe, clean, and hunger. They are really cool animals. We want to see them a long time. That's going to help that. And we're getting deeper into elephant country. As we mentioned, we are going through these red clay pits, and I actually can see elephant footprints over here. Oh, and on the right side, there are tusk marks in the clay. That's because elephants like to eat red clay. It serves as a mineral for them, just like how we would take multivitamins for our minerals. I think I do see more elephants way up ahead to the left. We're going to try to get a view, but they are also hiding in the shade right now. The tusks that they have, they're very strong. They're made of ivory. So sadly, that means elephants tend to be poached for their tusks. There were actually farmers in Africa poaching elephants because elephants were breaking down their fences and destroying their crops. So we tried to help both sides of that here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, using animal-safe collars on the elephants on the reserve here at the time to help detect activity. We found that elephants are scared of bees. So we helped build beehive fences with those farmers. It kept the elephants away from the fences and crops. So the elephants were safe, those farmers are much happier. And the farmers could benefit off the honey from the bees. All part of the Elephants and Bees project. Now we're still trying to go get a view of those other elephants, but it might be a little bit difficult because of where they're hanging out right now. We saw they were in the shade, especially being behind the baobab trees. They love those trees since, of course, elephants are large animals and those trees are bigger than them. So they will hang out behind those trees for all of the shade they can provide those elephants for their sensitive skin. There's also thousands of gallons of water stored in the trunks of baobab trees. So sometimes animals like those elephants will beat up on the trunks of the baobab trees, even use their tusks to poke holes in the trees to try to drain the water out. They are back there. We can kind of see them through some of those trees on the left. Still a little bit hard to see, but at least we did get some peeks here and there. I'll take that over not seeing them at all. That is better than nothing for sure. But now we're going to go around on our left a group of flamingos, and you can see little baby flamingo far left side of the island. Little gray fluff ball. Oh, it's the cutest thing. He went around to the other side. We might be able to see the baby a second. But the flamingos, they are going to be born very gray in color. Then it takes about 2 years for them to fully develop their pink color. But they are the lightest colored pink flamingos because they are greater flamingos. Greater flamingos are the lightest colored pink, and they'll get their pink color from beta carotene in their diet, found in things like brine shrimp and other little creatures they eat. You can see baby one more time back there, just a little bit. Super teeny tiny little gray thing. He's so cute.
See?
Now let's see what else we can find. As we're getting deeper into the savannah, we are still in the savannah, so we still have time to hopefully find some other really cool animals. Oh, and I already found another one of my favorites, the white rhinos. These guys are awesome, and they are going to be pretty close, a lot of them actually. You can see the mud wallow that the one is going into, and it looks like this one on the left was rolling in the mud. These rhinos love rolling in the mud to help stay cool on hot days, and it makes them look like big puppies. Super cute. Oh, looks like baby rhino is back there too. Let's get around for a better view. We'll take a pretty view at this one here on the left on the way. These white rhinos are going to get their name from the African word vite, meaning wide, not white like it would sound, referring to the very wide mouth shape they have. We can see really well on that one. They also can get up to about 6,000 pounds. They are big guys. The little baby rhino over here looks super tiny from the trucks, but this little baby rhino's got to be over or close to 700 pounds. Look at the little baby. Look how cute he is.
Oh, he's peeing.
No, we want to see baby. Mama. Hey, baby, come on back, little guy. Those rhinos also have those 2 horns on their heads that are made of keratin. That's the same material as our fingernails and hair. So if you ever see a rhino rubbing its horn on a tree trunk or something hard like that, it's because they kind of file it down, just like we would do with our fingernails.
Don't drink it, baby.
Baby, no,
No.
baby. Look how cute he is, you guys. Oh, it's fine. He's a baby. Mom is like, I told you not to. He's the cutest little guy. You can see one of his horns is not even there, barely even there. And the other one's coming in just a little bit. Love to see that little guy. Oh, and Mom's gonna plop in the mud. Oh, so cute. Oh, so nice. It's like going swimming. And then baby is shortly here gonna be like, Mom, no, we're trying to play. We're trying to get up. Let's go. Love seeing that little guy. Awesome little view there. Now let's see. Oh, on the left on top of the hill, see the cheetahs in the shade? They blend in a little bit, but they are back there. Those cheetahs are the fastest land animals in the world. They can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in only 3 seconds. Although very fast, they cannot run for very long. They don't have the best endurance, but they will use their long, bushy tails while running really fast to help them stay centered and balanced. There's actually a couple more cheetahs up here on the left, a little easier to see. The shade is not as dark over here. A little bit better of a view. I know they're just hanging out, not doing too much, but cheetahs are actually one of the only big cats in the animal kingdom that hunt and are most active during the daytime, as opposed to the nighttime, like most other big cats. As we group of rocks over here, this is called a copy, and sometimes we can't find animals around a copy. Let's see if we can find anything. Animals will go on top of a copy, use it as a lookout spot since those rocks go really high up. They'll make sure they can see everyone in their groups from up there, and if they can see danger coming their way, they're going to alert their groups, of course. Otherwise, smaller animals are going to go in between those really big rocks of the copy to use it as a hiding place. Let's see. Oh, on the right I see 3 different kinds of animals. I see an ostrich back there, that little brown animal with horns, that is the bontebok, and then the white animals with horns, the scimitar horned oryx. Their white coat will help them not absorb too much heat from the sun, and they won't even sweat until their body temperature hits about 115 degrees Fahrenheit. They're also so good at conserving water. They can go 9 months without drinking any water if they had to. They're really cool. We're gonna get another view of all of those animals around this corner. We just gotta make it around there first. I can see from where we were hanging out just back there that the ostrich is coming up. Now it looks like there's more than just the one. Ostriches up here, they are female because they have gray feathers. Males would have black feathers. First on the left though, behind these logs, you'll see a warthog backed into its burrow. Those warthogs are the largest burrowing animals in the world, and they do back into their burrows just like that to keep their tusks facing out. They're very territorial. They try not to be bothered too much. They keep their tusks out to look intimidating so no one will approach them. Now on the right up here, when we see the little brown animal again, the bontebok, he has a really cool story. In the 19th century, there were only 17 of those guys left in the whole world. One farmer in Africa decided to help him out. Wanted to keep him around a little bit longer, fenced in a group of bonteboks. Happened to be all 17. That one farmer saved the bontebok from extinction, going from 17 to now today over 3,000 so far. Pretty cool story. More of those ostrich views, but remember I said they're female? See the eggs there? Always fun to see. They only lay one egg at a time, but they will lay them in a group together like that. It keeps them safe and in the same place. As ostriches are the largest birds in the world, but they cannot fly. They use their wings to change direction while running. And while running in a single stride, they can travel between 10 and 13 feet. We are approaching the warden's post as we go around. We're going to be seeing that the warden has a little farm of Nigeria dwarf goats. Super cute. The guys are raised as pets, but they are also raised for their dairy. So that means we're not going to be hunting or poaching the wild animals that live right behind the villages. We're going to rely on those little guys for their dairy and their resources instead. But unfortunately, my friends, this is going to be bringing us to the end of our journey today. So I would like to say Asante Sana, which means thank you. So Asante Sana for joining me today, guys. I hope you did enjoy everything you guys got to see out there with me today. If you guys would like to see these animals again, maybe see them doing something different, or just a different animal, come back again for another safari. No two safaris are ever the same. These are very wild animals. They do pretty much whatever they want, whenever they want. So it is really cool to see what else they're up to at different times of the day. If you guys want to help out any of the animals that you saw with me or others out there, I mentioned before, we can use reusable products or simply recycling. It does so much more than we've realized for these animals. Even just conserving our paper use, using it as responsibly as possible, helps all animals out there. They all rely on vegetation for their food or their homes, so that could help animals to a great extent. If you would like to learn more about the Disney Conservation Fund, it is a non-profit organization that makes donations made to it, dollar for dollar, which is really cool. You can learn more or donate if you would like to at any merchandise location here in the park.